tattoos. When I love squad members, I can't act cool. Hey, young, this your beat? Nothing lasts forever, I don't got tattoos. I love squad members, I can't act cool. I like my bitches short and thick and ain't gotta act rude. She won't treat me like I'm the rest, cause I ain't that dude. I seen something young as a child that changed my thoughts forever. Try to do right, I'm on the ass and I won't fucking let up. Hit from the side, bitch, don't be lazy, lift your fucking leg up. To all my niggas going through a struggle, keep your fucking head up. Anything you going through, I'm a witness, it won't last forever. Just stay down and hold your side, don't change up like the weather. If he around me, then he gotta ruler, but he ain't trying to measure. I got it in here, let me some weed to get my thoughts together. Hard in the summer, but my heart cold, so I got a rocket sweater. We came in this roll alone, so we ain't gon' leave out together. I know I'm blessed, I know my worth, so I can never settle. You can't show yourself before you, only time can tell you. Don't care, get one time to fuck up, and you can't go here. Whoa, dear, I got too many steps to bring a pole here. No, dear, I won't set my soul ain't high and go here. I won't school, I stay loyal to my niggas and my face, stick to the cold here. Just a new 40 on my head, the bitch to blow here. Just a different dope inside the blunt, we getting lows in. Smoking on some dope from the country, got a choke in. Drink a bitch like a receiver, put a bitch in motion. I'm drinking on some shit that change the mood, we call it potion. Can't even hide the 30 in the clip, baby, poking. Got up off them beam, we got some smooth and get it going. White girl playing with her, no lens and no hand. My little cousin slipped up and lost a baby, she was 16. Ain't doing shit for free, I want 200 for a 16. Glock with a thing, 30 clip with a red beam. She make it hard for me cause all that nigga sold a big dream. Don't lose on thug behind no shit you saying that you ain't me. All my niggas slide, you know what's up, bitch, you can't play me. I see the picture clear, my life a movie like it's HD. I'm on 50K screens and I ain't got no post on say cheese. Light a little whip and when I up it better say cheese. This life taught me some lessons, fuck the school, I want no degree. I'm just trying to take care of my people, how you hate me. When I got caught with that elite, the shit was crazy. Bitch, the trap baby shit don't do that.
Alrighty. Hook, we can't hear nothing you saying.
That was intentional. I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay. You was giving it like when the Chinese movies, like, hello.
Yeah, exactly. So let me run that back. Episode number 55 of the Get Hook podcast. As always, this is your boy Hook.
And his sister that has sound at all times.
You look a little different, Chris, than when I saw you like 5 minutes ago.
I do. Mind your business. Don't nobody know about that but you.
I'm just saying. I just thought the people need to know. Ooh, all right, so today we're going to be discussing Black health and fitness. Whether it's been a New Year's resolution, whether you've made a vow to get rid of the weight that you gained during this year of quarantine that we went through, at one point or another, I'm sure that being healthy and physically fit has, been a goal or been, something that's been on your to-do list. One of the issues a lot of people face is, finding the motivation and keeping that same motivation to remain physically fit. So today we're going to be talking about some of those things and hopefully give you guys some takeaways on your fitness journey. So Chris, what do you say?
I agree. I've been laughing with my coworkers because the joke is we all got to go back to work in August and be in the office wearing regular people clothes and we can't fit no more. So it is conversation time because one thing, even when I talk about weight loss, I talk to Sierra a lot of times about it, and she always says it's not about a number, it's health. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the healthy side of things. So I thought it was a great chance to, since we're talking about back to work and back to school, in the name of Jesus, let's talk about healthy ways of doing things. I need to get my water too, because I had a gallon a day.
Exactly. And we have a couple guests here who are going to lend their expertise and talk about their own personal journeys as well. So guys, go ahead and let the people know who you are.
I guess I'll go first, Aries. My name is Sierra Walker. I am a certified personal trainer as well as accountability coach. I'm also the owner of Post Fit, which is a men and women's apparel fitness line. And I'm also a co-founder of Carolina Glamping, which is a glamping company as well. And I'm excited to share you guys. Thank you guys for having me to discuss more about Black health and fitness. I'm pretty excited.
Absolutely.
How's everyone doing this evening? My name is Aries Curry, former Clemson Tiger, Chicago Bear, also former Cavalier of Rivers Northeast. I'm also a personal trainer, owner of Casted Sports, also the manager of 42 Enterprises. We haul, freight, and move, provide moving services, but excited to be here and offer my expertise as well.
Absolutely. And finally, I'm not by myself with this whole cheering for Clemson thing, because apparently everybody I invite on, they're diehard Carolina fans. So I appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing cracking, man. So I want to start by asking you guys, because there's so many different methods and so many different names for what we call being physically fit. So we have exercise, we have physical activity, we have fitness. So what's the difference between those names? Like, is there a difference, or how do you guys categorize it?
You want to go first here?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of that. I think I was frozen. I thought it was you guys. What was that question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I was just asking. We have exercise, we have physical activity, and we have fitness. So what is the difference between those three things, or is there even a difference?
Yeah, there's actually a big difference. I'll say exercise is more so a structured program, something to where you're setting a goal, you're doing like a program as far as like going into the gym, and actually having a routine. Physical activity can be anything from working in your garden, washing your car. It's just moving, physical activity. There's no point or intention of trying to be healthy or lose weight or anything. So that's really the difference in the two. Also, fitness is more so about the overall bigger picture. Like, are you fit to be able to pick up a box? You know, so that's where I really feel like the difference of the three.
Okay, cool.
I agree completely with Sierra said. Your physical activity is things of a regimen, a structured regimen that you're going to have, that you try to stick to each and every day, whatever that looks like, you know, whether it's 3 times a week, 4 times a week, once a week, twice a week, wherever you're at. Your physical activity. I use physical activity as far as cutting the grass. I look at it that if I didn't get my work in today, I'm gonna go out and cut some grass, especially where the grass is growing right now. It's just a form of physical activity that I use that makes me feel a little bit better about myself, because the yard is hilly, so you got to push that push lawnmower up that hill. You're gonna get some work in doing it.
Yeah, that's something. You're gonna burn some calories at the end of the day.
You're definitely gonna burn some calories, and you know your fitness level is how you move it, being able to move around each and every day things in life that you're doing, getting up and out of bed, being limber, you know, just your flexibility, things of that nature that is going to help overall with your fitness level.
That's a reality. And so for me, like, I always laugh with them. I tell my friends a lot. I started working at a gun plant, and we have to walk a lot. So for the first 3 or 4 days, I was like, y'all, I got 14,000 steps in. And my body wasn't used to that, because, you know, in this house, I may get 14 steps because that's what I got to go up the stairs, but I don't have what I had at work. But it still did not compare to what it felt like to go into the gym and actually work out, which I miss. And life got so busy, I couldn't do it. So I asked this because many people are like, I can't afford to go to the gym. I don't have time. Life is so busy, all those different things. What can we do with fitness or being fit, either or, home wise, or easy things that just can help us coming up with this new change we got? Because we got to go back in this office soon.
Like, I'm gonna touch on what that's one of the biggest excuses that a lot of people use is time. I don't have time. we all have time. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. We all have time. You have time to go get your hair done. You have time to get your nails done, go get a haircut. You have time to watch your favorite show. You got time to watch sports, a game that's coming on. That same time that you got to do all of that, you can work out 30 minutes. You can work out 15 minutes. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go to the gym or at home. You get the same results no matter where you at. So like that's really, really, really one of my biggest pet peeves. Like when I'm like about to, start working with a client, they're like, oh, I just don't have time. I got kids. Well, baby, listen, if I got 2 kids, I got a husband, my husband is overseas. So you already know that I'm doing tasks for him all the time, 24/7 trying to. So like the excuses of, I got 3 businesses. So the excuses of not having time, you talking to the wrong person. It's a mindset at the end of the day. You got to change your entire mindset. Because if you say you don't got time, you're not going to have time. Because that's just what you're putting out there. So that's just one of my biggest pet peeves that I get that excuse all the time. And I'm like, whatever. You just don't want to do it. It's just not a priority to you. Like, it's just not on your top 3 things to do on a day-to-day basis. So, I mean, like, you just might have just got me mad just now. Like, that's like one of the
it's an excuse, and it is a conversation to have, because it's like, well, I got so busy, so I can't go to the gym. But what workouts or what things can you do at home? Because you said something that I love, and I'm excited to hear it. There are things you can do at home or the gym to give you the exact same results.
Yeah, most certain. At the end of the day, it's the workload, Mm-hmm. So like, if you know that you usually go to the gym, you like to jog on the treadmill, or you like to do the Stairmaster or the elliptical, the stationary bike, whatever that is, whatever you get out of that going to the gym, you just know that if you're doing anything at the house, based on what you have at the house, you just know you need to increase the number or the repetition. So like, let's just say you have a jump rope at home, I'm usually doing 300 just to warm up. I might have to do 1,000 revolutions on the jump rope just to get anything out of that. If it's push-ups, if you got a push-up routine you're doing, in comparison to bench pressing in the gym, I know I might have to do 300 push-ups at night in order to see the same results. So just like Sierra said, I mean, you make time for what's important to you. There's no excuse. Once you really put it this way, once you're really fed up, you'll do something different. You'll make a change. At the end of the day, people don't do what they need to do because they're not really fed up just yet. When you get really fed up, you'll do what you need to do in order to make a change.
And that's another thing. Like, my thing is, why wait? That's when a lot of people, why wait till you're either fed up or the doctor tells you have to do it? Like, why don't you incorporate it now before you even have to get to that point? Because once the doctor tells you got to make changes, I'm not going to say it's too late, but it's like you're pushing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing, especially for Black people. Like, go ahead and incorporate that stuff into your life now to where you don't have to hear that from your doctor, or you don't have to be fed up. Like, just do it and just make it a part of your lifestyle. I know everybody's not going to love it, like how, we love it or whatever. But my thing is if you want to live long time, be with your kids and be with whoever, your significant other, like, just incorporate that into your lifestyle. Like, just try to practice that. And you know what I'm saying? And like, at the end of the day, it is a mindset, and nutrition is the biggest key, regardless if you're working out in a gym or at home, it doesn't matter. Because if your nutrition is not on point, you're not going to get results either way. So if you're working out in a gym, you still got to be on point with your nutrition and at home. And I'm not saying be like a bodybuilder nutrition, you know what I'm saying? Be on those strict meal plans, but make healthier choices. As at this age, what's good and what's bad. And fried foods and sodas, right from wrong. Like, people say oh, I don't know how to eat. Well, you know what not to eat. Right. So, I mean.
Right. That nutrition,
it's a reality.
Yeah, it is a reality. And nutrition, I mean, you got to do what you need to do. Especially for all of us, we all have kids. If we want our kids to have better examples, we have to be that example for them, especially within that same household, under the same roof. So we got to be the example. And for me, it just works easier just not to bring it in the house. Like, I don't have no discipline. I'm a sucker to gummies and warm dessert with ice cream. So I just don't bring it in the house. I'm gonna indulge at 12 o'clock at night. I'm, you know, big old bowl of ice cream. I might just have to work a little harder the next day, but I'm getting to the age now that it'll start to show if I'm not strict on my routine. And you know, you got the cares of life, every day, owning businesses and keeping up with your children, making sure they get to and from school. So it's a lot. So you just got to be disciplined each and every day. Just take small steps, one day at a time. You know, set attainable goals, things that are realistic for yourselves, and then you just build on that.
I love the key words that y'all have used. Discipline, realistic, my favorite, routine. Those are things that you don't think about. Because Sierra, you mentioned something where you said you gotta want it. I use that when I talk about hustle and ambition. You know, gym time might not be my priority, but I've always told people, if you really want a new job, if you really want a promotion, you gotta want that change as much as you want to breathe. When you want it bad enough, you can get it. I've told myself I wanted something, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I told myself 6 years ago that I wanted to double my salary one day. I did that because I put forth the hustle and ambition. I wanted it as much as I wanted to breathe. So you didn't see me for a minute because I went low and I went to focus and I pushed and I learned and I forced to get what I wanted. Same thing with gym. You talk about a routine. I made jokes before and was like, how am I going to clear my skin after this darn mask finished tearing me up? It took a face routine. It took a skin routine. Yeah. It takes a routine and a habit. I think when it comes to Black health and fitness, we're looking for the magic moment that everything gets fixed, the magic pill, the magic tea. I pray to God this water help me. All of it. Because we're looking for
let me get some of that tummy tea.
Right. The tummy tea you got to take after surgery. Not that I'm knocking surgery. That's usually what people do. You get surgery, you like tummy tea. No, I want your $10,000 doctor in Miami because that's who did it, not that tea.
Okay, honey. That's a whole other topic.
We don't talk about. It's not a body shaming, but don't false advertise me. And that's what we're. Sierra, I watched you do a routine. Listen, I prayed for you when you was training for your fitness show. I was like,
girl, that was the hardest thing I ever did.
Cause I ain't never gonna do that.
I'm not doing it again though.
You did, and you put it in. Reese, I watched those videos because I was looking for stuff for the promo, and I watched how them little boys could do stuff, and I was like, bro, I just want to be able to skip over the little things. I'm as fast as them kids. But it takes routine, it takes discipline, because that's not everybody can't do that. But you got kids who want dreams to do stuff from college to the NFL that you did. But you can't do that just because your mama like how you throw the ball in the garage. It is training, it is routines, it is habits that we don't talk to ourselves about, but we want to look like people look. We want to do what people do, but we don't want to work like people work. I'm guilty. I mean, I'm a hustle. I'm gonna have the jobs, but
I think the biggest thing that each of you guys have touched on probably is discipline. Because I go to the gym Monday through Friday, but like I go in the mornings, but like I never feel like going. Like, it's not like I wake up and I'm just excited about going to the gym, but it's their goal. I have goals that I want to achieve. So I know in order for me to achieve those, I have to go. So now when I'm there, I'm fine, but it's like getting up and getting ready and going
to the gym. Hook is on my activity list on my watch, right? Hook is why I don't keep my watch on. Bing! D. Williams is in this. Bing! D. Williams finished that. Bing! I wish D. Williams would sit his ass down.
I'm competitive anyway, so it's like, and I think that's another thing that kind of motivates me because I have my Apple Watch, and one of my friends or whatever, on my list, I see them doing something, and I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything today, so let me get up and let me walk,
right.
Let me do something. So that really drives me. So that's really the only reason I got an Apple Watch. So I think that when you partner with people, but when you partner with people and you have people who want to achieve the same goals, I think that makes it fun and it makes it that much easier.
It doesn't make it fun when you're sitting at home and like D. Williams has ran a mile. D. Williams has C. Sewell has to vacuum the house. C. Sewell has to walk outside. C. Sewell got to get to 700 because D. Williams been up all day. But it is competition is motivation. Yeah. What workouts can you do? I know you said the jump rope is one. What other effective workouts can people do at home that can help them?
I mean, you got all types of stuff. You got jump squats, lunges,
everything.
All types of stuff. I mean, it just depends on your area of focus or what you're trying to accomplish individually. You know, if you want to work on your glutes, you know, you focus heavier on the lower body exercises at home, your jump squats, your lunges, you know, your fire hydrants, all types of stuff. I mean, Sierra does a post a lot of stuff. It's a lot of people that you can follow for different examples that you can follow and implement in your own routine at home for areas of focus that you want to work on, whether it be your abs, like I said, your glutes, your arms, whatever it may be. You just figure out what you're trying to work on specifically and what you're trying to attain for your own personal goals.
I love that when Sierra posts her videos, she never posts that she's at home with a full gym in her garage. She's not at home with 6 ellipticals, 4 Stairmasters, 3. She's at home with weights and a mat.
Yeah. And my thing is, when you're at home, it's a different mindset from in the gym. Like, you get a little bit more motivation when you're in the gym because you're surrounded by that. So like, I think like being at home, you have to be surrounded with like a community, and like I'm surrounded with like an online community, and I think that's really beneficial when you're at home. You're surrounded. I'm a part of Beachbody. I'm partnered with Beachbody, so that's like a community of all men and women that we get on live Zooms. Like, I mean, there's options to get on Zoom and do workouts with even your friends or your girlfriends, just other ways, because you have to dig a little deeper to be at home to work out. So there's different programs, like Ari said. I mean, there's programs that you can just like on YouTube, pull up a program on YouTube, join, like I said, different programs like Beachbody where you have access to like all of the things that you can stream online. But I mean, like, all you need is a mat, some dumbbells. You don't even have to have dumbbells, but I mean, you can do anything. But at the end of the day, regardless of that, it goes back to nutrition. Because I mean, I can be working out at home with dumbbells and a mat and still gaining weight. So I think that's really, really like the main focus that people really have to change, especially sitting at home 24/7.
That sitting at home was the devil.
Yeah, everybody pretty much gained a little bit of COVID weight.
And Sierra, we got a question for you. Lisa wants to know, is it possible to get a flat stomach after C-sections? And if so, how? And I'm gonna leave that to you, Chris, 'cause I don't know nothing about that.
It is.
Yes, definitely. Everybody is, I think everybody, I'm not familiar. I mean, I've never experienced a cesarean a C-section or whatever, but I know people are cut a little different, so it heals differently. But I have seen people that do even have 6 packs when it comes to that. I know the muscle is a whole lot looser, so you do have to like focus on training that portion of your body as well. But I would prefer somebody hire a personal trainer when it comes to that, and instead of trying to do it on your own. When it comes to that section of the C-section, but it is definitely possible to tighten up those muscles and train those abdominal muscles as well to, get them back strong.
You also got to be careful. So for Mom, I had 3 C-sections. I did get a trainer. I think Kylie was 3 when I did it. And she was my last baby. So it was around 2017 when I did it. The thing that got me was you got to be very careful when you first, because most of us who have C-sections want to jump back, like everyone who has a vaginal birth. We can't even walk after we have a baby for 24 hours. But you got to realize that because they cut through muscle and stuff, it takes a couple years. Now, if your baby is 27, bro, listen, you can do it. You can do everything. It's all clear.
Yeah.
You're healing, and baby boy just walking across the stage. But you are still healing when your children are small. So, for example, there's one, I don't know the proper name, ask them to, but it's a bench that you can do the sit-ups on where you got to lay back and you're level. So you got to really work to get your body up. Hey, that ain't our friend, because our abdominal muscles ain't there yet. Strengthen your core first. I did not realize, and Sierra made a strong point, I was one day sitting in the house and I didn't realize a year ago that my abdominal muscles were done. Like they were gone because I had 3 C-sections and a hysterectomy all before I was 33 years old. 33 years old. So I had to sit on that workout ball and literally roll, nothing but my hips and my abdomen, just to strengthen that, because that is gone. You have try to dance like you did when you was younger. Can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even experiencing that as well with my second child. It was a little worse. I didn't have a C-section, but like I used to do 25 push-ups, and I'm still struggling on doing 5 till this day. So I mean, it's just body. Having kids is it's just a whole different. It's gonna change your whole body. So you really, really have to like focus on doing like planks and things like that. That's not gonna like put that pressure strictly on those lower abs, because like you said, I mean, it takes a while for that to heal. And if you go straight into exercising those abdominal muscles as soon as you have a baby, it's not going to heal properly.
No.
That's good. Hey,
but it is possible now. You can definitely have a flat stomach.
You made a comment, Crystal, about your core. Do you know what your core all entails?
No, that's why I probably broke it.
A lot of people, the misconception is your core is just your ab area. No, your core it's a 360 deal. Top of your abs to the top of your knees, front and back. That's your core. So that's why I say things like lunges, like the planks Sierra mentioned, all those things that help strengthen your core. You know what I mean? To help you out as far as with your core strength, as far as getting to that main abdomen wall that you're focusing on. So you don't necessarily have to specifically focus on doing those abs. Your core is 360. It's around top of your abs, top of your knees, front and back. That's your core.
And while we're talking about
all
like
the areas that got messed up after that's all the areas that struggled after having a baby, because you deal with all that, you know. A C-section, I don't think they talk about a lot. I'm glad, you know, Lisa brought that up. They cut through your muscle, and if you have more than one, they do that same area over and over and over again. That's why, you know, the more you have, the harder it is. But it is harder because you carry the babies, your knees and stuff are different. They paralyze you basically from the waist down for a day, and then you spend the entire time sitting. Like you said, we're not mobile, blood's not circulating, we don't move as much, and it takes a year or so to recover. And if you keep doing that, that 360, that thing ain't even a 180 no more. We tear it up.
So let's work hard. Yeah, and let's go back to the diet really quickly, because I think that's a huge deal for everybody. A lot of people think they can go to the gym, stay in there for 2 hours, and then when they leave, they go there in McDonald's drive-thru, getting some. So, and I think the biggest thing is for a lot of people, they're I guess not disciplined enough to give up some of the things they like. So like in terms of diet, do you have to go cold turkey with some of the stuff that you like that's not so good for you? Or is it about rationing and being proportional or balanced? Or how does that work?
You want to go first?
I'm not going to give up. I'm a chocolate lover. So I'm not going to give it up, but I'm not going to also indulge in it every single day as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you said, balance is important. Don't go cold turkey with nothing unless you're really, really setting a goal of, you know what I'm saying, like a short-term goal. Then, you know, you might have to adjust your diet a little bit stricter. But I mean, just making healthier choices, like eliminating, like I said before, sodas, take away, you know, like the processed foods, the fast foods, even Chick-fil-A isn't, I mean, it tastes better than everything else, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still fast food. So I mean, like just starting off, changing up small things, eliminating small things, replacing them with things that you do like that are a little bit healthier. I really suggest remove sodas out your diet completely, because I just don't see the point, you know. And that's a lot of problems for everybody, especially like women. Like, I can't get rid of my stomach, but you're drinking sodas every single day. Like, I mean, that's pretty huge. Like, that's a big deal. But I mean, just portion control. At the end of the day, you can always reward yourself with a cheat meal on the weekends, not a whole cheat day, because you're just gonna wipe out everything that you just did almost. But like a cheat meal on the weekends or whenever you go out to eat, I mean, you can still enjoy foods. Enjoy your life, you know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, just like make it like miserable. I can't eat that. This is miserable. I hate this, you know. And that's when a lot of people mess up, because they go so strict, and then they're like, ugh. After they do like a birthday celebration, and next thing you know, it's over with. They're back to eating bad. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is just make healthier decisions. Eating every 2 to 3 hours is important, because you're letting your food digest. You know what I'm saying? Instead of eating one meal a day. To me, eating one meal a day is just as bad as eating fried foods. You know what I'm saying? Eating one meal a day that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like your body is basically eating. You know, it's saving its fat stored in its body because you're not feeding it, and it's not fueling, and it's not burning fat, it's not burning calories. So you need to be eating pretty frequently smaller meals so your body can burn those calories, speed your metabolism up so it can start burning fat. A lot of people don't really know that. I mean, it goes back to when we're infants. Infants eat every 2 to 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing for us as adults. Eat every 2 to 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Smaller portion controlled meals. Then, I mean, you'll start seeing a little bit better results.
That statement you just made was major. I wish Hook would put that across the screen. You said eating one time a day is just as bad as eating fast food. We think that the less you eat, the better. But if you're thinking that if you're starving yourself, you're helping, then you're taking your body into a worse shape. That's major.
Yeah, that's what a lot of women do. I mean, that's anytime I get, you know, my clients are mainly women. And anytime I get in, they're like, well, my work schedule, I only have time to eat one time a day. And it's probably a big old meal. And it's like, okay.
All 1,600 calories.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a medical provider that can really delve further into why you should not do that. This is my fiance, Tasha. Everyone say hello, Tasha. So break it down.
Hey.
Why it's important not to eat one meal a day.
So I feel like I explain this probably 10 times a day to my patients, especially after COVID. The worst thing you can do is eat meals and then eat one big meal. So what you're doing is you're making yourself more insulin resistant. So that actually sets you up to be diabetic sooner. It sets you up to be diabetic. It sets you up to possibly have sleep apnea and definitely hypertension. So what happens with the body is you wake up, you should be eating, like Sierra said, every 2 to 3 hours, small portions. That does not mean I'm going to eat a fried chicken leg right now. I'm going to eat a French fry later on. And like Sierra said, stop drinking your calories. I cannot tell you how many pre-op clearances I have done for them to go to Miami and get a surgery for a flat tummy when all they need to do is let go of the sweet tea and the soda. And it will help. But what you want to do is you wake up in the morning, breakfast is your most important meal. You want to eat breakfast because you're awake. So imagine driving your car and you want to go to Atlanta and you have no gas. Are you going to get maybe if you have a reserve tank? So what your body does is it dumps sugar because you're awake and you're not feeding it. And you're moving around, you're working, you're doing all this stuff. So your body's like, I need fuel. So it dumps from your reserve tank. So then what happens is your blood sugar drops. You know, we all can get hypoglycemic. You feel that way when you're really hungry. So now you're really hungry. You haven't eaten all day. So what do? Go eat a big meal. So now all of a sudden your blood sugar spikes up really high. So you went real low and now you spike really, really high. And then you're slamming yourself with carbs and sugar. Your body doesn't know the difference between a slice of bread or a piece of cake. All of it turns to sugar.
Wow.
So then that sets you up to be diabetic.
Wow.
So you're doing the same thing to your body that people do who are diabetic, where they're not eating properly. So doing that can actually induce diabetes and hypertension.
And you know, that's actually great info, because I know that when there are a lot of young Black kids growing up and they're kind of obese, the first thing that we love to tell them is don't eat or stay away from the table, or you're eating a little bit too much. But this is obviously that's based on what you're saying, that's counterproductive. So that's good.
The problem with the kids is they drink their calories. They're drinking their calories. They're eating a lot of processed food, hot Takis, soda, juice, pizza. Nothing green is in that diet. So it's something for you to eat every 2 to 3 hours, but it's a whole nother thing if you're eating all bad stuff every 2 to 3 hours. So that's counterproductive too. But for adults, you ladies, y'all touched on women. Women, we do have a hard problem losing weight because we have estrogen on board, and men do not.
We do, and we retain.
That's the number one complaint I get. I need to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I can't lose weight. But like Sierra said, we make time to get our nails done. That's an hour and a half. Go work out. Go work out for 30 minutes.
And at least more than the gym.
And if you're,
my thing is, wake up 30 minutes extra and work out. Just wake up 30 minutes extra and you got all the time in the world to do everything else. Like it's
but
no
based
excuse.
on what you just said with the health situation, that's why we can't wake up 30 minutes extra, because we're doing that starvation stuff and we're hungry and we're tired and we're not getting enough rest. We don't have the energy to do the stuff that we want to do. That makes so much sense. We can't get up and do what we want to do because during the day we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Right. That's why we're tired. That's why we're frustrated. That's why we're battling with stuff. That's why we're like, I don't eat nothing. Why my pressure up? Because of the different things that we're doing. And like you said, we're telling these kids, put that candy down because you're going to be diabetic. But if we are giving you 1 meal a day, trying to keep you from getting big, we're making you worse. Yes. We're giving you that one Zaxby's meal because that's what you're going to get on the way home.
Right, because it's a quick meal. Yeah. So then you have more quick meals and they're full of sugar and carbs. So you're going to maintain that weight and gain weight. Because people will tell me all the time, I eat once a day, and that's why you're still fat. Because you keep starving yourself.
I feel like I'd have stepped on
my toes.
See, I'm glad she said that, because if I said it, he would have like, you so mean, Sierra. I'm glad she said it.
Well, I mean, I'm the provider that's honest. I'm the provider that's honest, but I understand the weight issue. I've had issues with weight too. I'm a woman, closer to 40. But I'm honest with them. And I'm like, I'm not telling you to do anything that I wouldn't do. Like y'all mentioned, small steps. Okay, if you go to the drive-thru, you don't need the fries too. You got the sandwich, you need French fries and the soda.
Right.
So I call it a food exchange. Get a side salad and drink water if you really wanted that sandwich. Because I don't believe in starving yourself, because then you're going to overindulge, like Sierra was saying. So it's a food exchange. You have to look at it like a food exchange. Because I want to go to dinner with friends later on, I'm going to eat pasta, and I'm only going to have a simple salad for lunch because I'm going to have carbs later. And then I call it the half diet. When you get your pasta, half it. Only eat half of it, save the other half for lunch. You don't need to sit and eat that whole bowl.
Right.
Fill up on your salad. Don't eat the bread. And if you want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine, but you don't have to eat all of it. And those little small things help you drop weight.
You mentioned the drinking the calories, and I thought you was going to touch on that when you said they go to Miami and then they drink. Because there's some calories. I told them this show I wasn't going to have a drink. I'm going to finish my water.
that liquor is big too.
Yeah, the liquor
is real big.
The liquor is really big. If you are a heavy drinker, that will give you calories, but it also make you more hypertensive and high cholesterol with the alcohol.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that comes.
That's why I didn't do Ciroc Berry today. See, Hook, I have water. What's on your desk?
So yeah, and for some of my people who really can't let go of the alcohol, so I recommend like a Prosecco. It's a low carb champagne, so it's a little guilt free, but only have like a glass. Don't drink the whole bottle.
Oh, see, that's the problem. Once they pop, the fun don't stop.
I'm working on it.
See, you gave us hope, Elvis.
I can drink a 12-pack by myself. I'm working on my medication right now.
And that's why I'm not a big drinker, because in my mind, I'm already messed up mentally in my head anyway because of fitness. Like I'm already screwed after, everything I eat or touch, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get fat. Like I'm already messed up mentally. And I know that it's not a good thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. But as I've gotten older, I'm kind of more, I'm okay with my body now. But before, I was so hard on myself, and alcohol, like I'll enjoy myself, like when my husband comes home or a celebration, but I'm not going to just have a drink just for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I have to be celebrating something, like, or it's a gathering or, a celebration for me to pick up a drink, just because I'm like, girl, I am not about to drink that. And I got to get on the scale on Saturday for my weigh-in and I'm going to be fat. Like that's just how I think. But it's not a good thing because the scale is definitely not our friend. And it can harm you mentally, because a lot of people, it can turn into other bad things, getting on a scale often. But that's just why liquor is just not, it's just not a friend of mine. Like, I mean, outside of, I did all of that in college as well. Like I enjoyed my college years. I was a young wild one back in the day. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I enjoyed it. I'm good now.
College years didn't end until 2019. I still enjoy my college years. Amen.
College was good to me.
So do you guys think that is it beneficial to exercise every day? or should you give your body time to rest? Like some people tend to overdo it. Like they want results so fast, like they don't give their body enough time to rest. So what would you recommend that people do in terms of the number of days per week they exercise?
I recommend that Aries bring his fiance.
I know she's good.
I don't know why she got up. It's a team effort. Y'all are one in the spirit.
I know, right?
You need to come back, man. In my opinion, I think it depends on the individual, because everybody can't handle 5 days a week. You know, I've been an athlete for as long as I can remember. I'm gonna work out 5 days a week, and if I miss a day, I feel like shit. You know what I mean? That's just the mode that I've been in since I was 5 years old. I've been on that routine. I get up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been working since that. I've been doing muscle up since I was 3 years old. I know. I got pictures and everything on the coffee table, just working out. So once you get to that point, it's to a point where I love it so much that it's a stress reliever for me. So in order for me not working out, it's a problem. Like it throws my balance off. So I think it just depends on, it depends on the individual. I think as far as how often, how frequent you work out. How long?
At least 3 times a week.
She said at least, the medical provider said at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for like new people like coming in or just getting started, I would recommend a minimum of like 3 to 5 days a week. Like Aries said, I mean, if they can get past the 3rd day and do more, but you definitely have to allow your body adequate enough time to relax, to rest and recover, because there is a such thing as overtraining. And overtraining can lead to more injuries and things like that, you know, and your body will start shutting down. Like, you know, it's like you'll be so sore to where you're like, okay, my arm has been hurting for a week now. Now I got to go to the doctor. Like you overtrained it. So, I mean, like you said, you kind of have to, that's where it is where you start paying attention to your body, listening to your body and how it responds to, you know, the workout of the day. Like, so 3 to 5 days a week for somebody that's just getting started, taking your time, paying attention to your body. And if you feel like you can do more, if you're falling in love with the fitness and the workouts and you can add more, then do that. But at the end of the day, starting off with 3 days a week is just enough for anybody to still see results.
Is there a recipe to it? Is it like, if it's
mix it up?
Mix it up. Is it like cardio, strength, cardio?
Mix,
I mean, is there
mix it up. For me, like my routine, typically when I go to the gym, I always start off, I like to run before I lift weights. Reason being is it gets my core temperature up. I feel like my joints and my ligaments are, you know what I'm saying, for lack of better words, oiled up. That way, when I go start pressing the weight, I don't feel like it's hurting when I'm pressing. Going to lift a weight for me on a cold muscle, it's not as beneficial to me. And I don't feel like I get the results that I would like to see. So for me, I always like to run, do some type of running routine, whether that be wind sprints, 10, 100 meters, 30 seconds rest, knock those out, go to the gym. Or run on the treadmill, 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. While I'm jogging for 2 minutes, walk for 1 minute, do that for like 5 rounds, and then I hit the weights.
He's a track star, though. Look, he's a track star. I'm not doing all that cardio. Like I do cardio. I need to do cardio because you know I carry a lot of weight in a certain area, so cardio would be my best friend. But I'm just not a fan. So for my workout, I'm lifting weights every day. But before I start lifting weights, I'm going to activate my muscles with stretching. And I'm going to get about a good 10 to 15 minute stretch in before I start lifting the weights. So like you said, to oil up my muscles and my ligaments before I even start lifting weights. But, you know, I try to do a little bit of cardio here and there. But for those that don't like cardio, you can burn just as much calories, like you said, by doing like jumping jacks, jump roping, running up and down your stairs if you don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? So there's other ways to, you know, burn those same amount of calories, because I mean, you can do sprints and burn 100 calories just as well as doing a mile, burning 100 calories. So it's kind of like the same thing. So it's your preference of your style of training, and what you like to do, and I feel like you got to find what works for you to keep you going and keep you indulged in it and keep you loving it. Because if you do something that you don't like, because everybody's not going to like Zumba, everybody's not going to like booty class, everybody's not gonna like, you know, different things, because I'm not a dancer. Like I'm not gonna go to a Zumba class, but my mom loves Zumba class, so she can go to that every day of the week because that's her thing. That's not my thing. I want to lift weights. I want to push some iron because that's my therapy. So find what you love and what you like to do and burn those calories, you know?
So would you guys, for people that work out in the mornings, would you recommend eating prior to working out, or like, because I know some people that go and they don't want to eat anything before working out, they eat afterwards, even if it's something healthy. So what would you guys recommend, like before or after the workout in the morning?
Depending on the intensity of that workout, I would definitely recommend eating something. I don't care if it's a granola bar, a protein bar, or something, because at the end of the day, where are you getting your fuel from to help you push through that workout? Whether it's, you know, it's some BCAAs that you take that help you kind of just push through it, because you're gonna tank. You're gonna tank. You get in there, you get to the, at least for me, in my personal experience, I don't go to the levels in the gym or as if I'm at home working out if I don't put something. I definitely know the difference. I'm going to push through because I'm able to push through just based off college days, just operating off 2-3 hours of sleep. We got to be up in the weight room at 6-7 o'clock in the morning. You know, it is what it is. I'll grab one of the little PB&Js, little Smuckers, PB&Js, and keep it moving. Yeah. You know, but you know, it ain't beneficial in the long run. You know. Yeah, so I would recommend putting something there. You know, at least some fluids, some water, 2 bottles of water. I wake up, drink 2 bottles of water off the bat. Boom, I'm gonna hydrate. Make sure I'm hydrated.
Now that's a habit I need to go and join on. Sierra, you said something. I'm gonna come back for one moment because Hook wanted to jump on that diet because he's trying to make sure he get right for his wedding. I got woman questions. You mentioned something that women want to know about. We like having our weight in a specific area. I don't want to run like Aries and look like SpongeBob.
I know, right?
But the thing is, the running like hill sprints, and it help lift in that area. You know, hill. Yeah, I'm not saying like, I'm a sprinter, not a marathon runner. So I'm gonna go fast.
It's a big difference.
It's gonna build muscle. It's going to build the muscle and give you the lift that you're looking for and the tonus that you're looking for in those specific areas. Yeah, I'm not saying run your ass off, literally. You know, I'm not saying do that. If that's what you want to keep. Like for me, like I like my size that I'm at now, so I know, like for me to go back to a strict routine, track routine, like high school and college days, I'm going to lose 10, 15 pounds, boom, just like that. I'm going to be shredded like Bruce Lee, but I don't want to be that small. People walk around looking at me like I'm sick and stuff. I don't want to look like that. I like being 190, 195, and I know the extra running like that, it's just going to fall off regardless of how much I eat and regardless of how much weight or how heavy I lift. It's going to fall off. It's just how my body is made up. It's going to fall off of it. So it just depends. Like I said, know yourself, know your body, know what it responds to.
And Crystal, have you ever like compared the difference of a sprinter and a cross country, like their bodies? Like if you look at a sprinter, like an individual that runs,
I told her to watch the Olympics. The Olympics.
Yeah, so if you look at a cross-country runner, somebody that's running miles, they're skinny, no shape, they're just limp. But if you look like a sprinter, they rip muscles. So that's the big difference of a cross-country person and like a sprinter. Like they're sprinting quick, taking a break, sprinting again, taking a break. You're building that muscle. Cross country, you running all of that off, you know. So I mean, it's a big difference. So pay attention to like their bodies, and then you'll know. Like when I was competing or training to compete, like one of the biggest things was I had to bring my glutes down. They're pretty big, you know. So I had to like bring them down and tone them up because I couldn't get on stage, you know, all flabby and loose and stuff. So they had me running heels the entire time. And that toned my butt up completely. Like, and I'll do that now when I feel like I need a butt lift. That's my butt lift. I'm not going to get heels is my butt lift. I'm telling you.
This is right.
Look, Crystal and I will be sprinting soon.
Like yesterday, she said, I need that in my life.
That is my
sprinting is everything.
Get you there. Get you there.
I'm going to get out.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
I'm trying to be the coldest winter ever. Y'all can keep this summertime fine.
I'm telling you.
And we have about 10 minutes left, guys. So and again, this has been great information. I learned a lot, and there's some things I know that personally I'm going to start incorporating immediately. But I do want to ask though, so for everyone out there who wants to get off the couch and be a better version of themselves, how do they start exercising again and keep it going? Like, how do they find that motivation? Or better yet, how did you guys find that motivation, and how did you keep it going?
Well, for me, like I said, it's just been in me. I mean, if I don't work out, I don't feel myself. Right? Like, I just recently started back this past week after just taking. I was off about a month, and it showed it more so in my midsection area because just working on the various companies' business, making sure those were up and running like I wanted them to be. So, fitness and my workout routine took a back seat to that. I was impressed because it doesn't take much for me to get back into it as far as the snapback. So for me, it's just in me. But anybody else in particular, like if you don't love it yet, if you're not to that point where you love it, you feel like you have to have it, like you have to have oxygen, take it one day at a time. One day at a time. Like I said earlier, set realistic goals. And be real with yourself, you know, and set a time that you feel like works best for you, whether that's in the morning or if that's in the evening, whatever you feel like you're going to have the most energy to be able to do that consistently throughout the week. You know, if that's 2 days out of the week or 3 days out of the week, that you know you're going to be able to attain each and every day, because it takes 21 days to break a habit, just like it takes 21 days to create a habit. So as long as you're doing those things consistently, you'll be fine, whatever it may be. If it's you got a push-up routine, like I was like, all right, I got 200 push-ups that I need to do. That don't mean you got to do them all at once. You can do it in between commercial breaks. You sitting down watching, you know what I'm saying, sports or whatever. I'm gonna knock down, I'm jump down, I'm do 25 push-ups. Commercial come back off, or go back on, I'm do the same thing. It just depends on whatever works for you.
Yeah, I agree too. And I know a lot of women can relate to this too. When I had my daughter is about to be 3, but I know when I had my daughter, I was physically fit before then, but when I had her, I didn't touch the gym at all, just because I was pregnant and I didn't do anything, lazy. So, but when I lost my mojo when I got pregnant, and then after I had my daughter, I didn't love fitness anymore, and I didn't feel good. I didn't sleep good. I had lack of energy, and you need all of those to operate, period. You got to feel good for yourself in order for you to do for others. And as women, we're natural caregivers, so we always take care of everybody else. But if we don't feel good for ourselves, we're not going to do that without an attitude, or our patience is gone and everything. So what I did was, you got to surround yourself with like-minded people. You got to find a partner. Like I said before, find a community to be a part of, or find somebody that has the same goals as you. Find a personal trainer. Every personal trainer isn't going to be for you. Like, you got to find a trainer that fits you. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna, you know, push you to the limits of where you know you can go. But at the end of the day, finding a community that's gonna motivate you, because self-motivation is key, but you also need that accountability, and accountability is really, really big. And that's what I love. What I did is I found me accountability partners, and that was how I got my mojo back. And then I was able to help other women as well as being their accountability partner. So I just feel like you got to go out there if you want
to. Sierra froze up on us again, though.
Yeah, and I know for me, just listening to you guys, I think that at least lets me know I'm on the right track, because I work from home, so my work is sedentary. I'm just sitting there, you know. And I have my Apple Watch on, and at 10 minutes till, I get a notification saying, hey, you need to stand. So when I stand up, I may do 100 calf raises, you know, because it's simply my time to stand. And then on my 15-minute breaks, I may go in the room and I may do 50 push-ups. So it's like I'm always trying to do.
Just clear your notification.
I can't.
Say when it's calf raises. Let him be great. He's working on his lower extremity in his leg. He want to do
some to be great. He be messing up I'm at work typing, thinking I'm doing right, telling myself I'm doing a good job. D. Williams has ran 3 miles. Now I'm finding out he's doing 6 lunges because this thing to my stand up and breathe. I'm so sick of you.
he said to get on his level. He's trying to motivate you.
Yeah, that's it.
I put on this orange and blue shirt. I was good in my Sierra's posting, but I was like, I can't support Clemson, so clearly I support high school we went to together.
Well, I appreciate it.
No, I mean,
Now Hook out here talking about he about to run, jump, skip, hop, and run a marathon. I'm so sick of you.
Hey, I'm motivated now. I'm doing sprints in the morning.
Oh, Noonie, I'm so
There you go. There you go.
I am sick of Hook.
Knock it out.
When his watch go off, it say stand up or breathe. We all just stand up like normal people. He got to do 13 lunges, squat 100 times. I'm so sick of him.
You stupid.
Follow you on my watch.
When he get married.
I need to add you to my watch.
That's a bit. And Sierra, Sierra, we lost you for a second. So did you want to finish what you were saying?
No, that was pretty much it. I don't guess my service cut off, so I jumped on my phone. But no, that was pretty much it. Just find an accountability partner, to keep that motivation and that mojo going. And I mean, we all can do it at the end of the day. You got to change your mindset.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sure.
my partner because Hook do the most.
At the end of the day, make it fun. It don't need to be a task or like it's a job. Because if it's gonna feel like that to you, you're not gonna keep at it. You'll be consistent for a week, 2 weeks, then fall out 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Jump back on 2 weeks and fall out another year. And you don't want to be up and down like that. So it needs to be fun. So find something, whatever it is that works for you. Make sure it's fun for you.
Definitely.
So to make today fun, one thing I will say this to kick it off for people. I told Sierra, and I'm telling anyone who's viewing right now, last week we had Troy on. And for the top 2 commenters, we actually ended up doing 3 people. We gave them a free book. So today, to kick off someone's journey, the top 2 commenters will get a free item. We're going to pick it. But you got to give us your size. But we're going to pick a free item from Sierra's fitness site. That's why I have this on right now. I use it all the time when I'm working out. It's good for sweating. It's good for running in. It's good for working out in. It's why I was out here half naked all summer. And don't think I'm putting on clothes right now, because I'm not. But let somebody else child run around half naked like me. So Hook gave me the top 2 commenters, which was the one who actually gonna tell me I'm sprinting with her now. Tish and Tanya, I need you to please DM me and give me your sizes and your information. We are going to give you 2 congratulations to free items from Sierra's site there for you. For anyone who has children, you got a young boy, you wanted to get in some football. Reese has a camp coming up on July 31st. We're asking you to definitely look into it. It's $45. You get your kids on somebody else's hands for a little bit. But it gives your kids a chance to learn the fundamentals and the basics from a great person, a great mentor, and a great athlete. So we are just trying to make sure that we use this opportunity to help someone. Doesn't nothing make you feel better than looking good. So you look good when your kids are with somebody else. And you look even better if you have on one of Sierra's outfits, believe me.
That's right.
In my house.
Hey,
so no clothes on this summer.
No, so real talk, I legit thought that those were tacos that Tish put up there. Like you see what she got? I thought those were tacos. I'm like,
I'm like, party hat.
Yeah, I'm like, how is that motivating? You know what I'm saying? But okay, I no.
Now you hungry?
we here now. Tish, I'm with you. Hey, so Chris, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about next week?
Okay, so all jokes aside, next week is when I get really serious because I'm big on Black wealth. I'm big on Black. Hook is hungry, Rich. Get your man. I'm big on Black wealth. I'm definitely now, especially after hearing Aries, I appreciate your fiance, Sierra. I appreciate you, and Aries, I appreciate you because Black health has jumped all over it for me. But education is big for me as well. I am a mother. Sierra, you have an older child as well. My baby is a sophomore in high school this year. I have 2 younger ones right behind her. Although I went to Columbia College and I love my school, I want my babies, I push and go for her goals for HBCU. So I say all of that to say this. Next week, we're going to have educators on. Black leaders who have taught in schools across South Carolina, preferably in Columbia, who have been to HBCUs. And I want them to talk to us about college prep. This is the stuff that the guidance counselors did not tell us. Hear me and hear me clearly.
Yep.
What classes should you take in middle school? How to build your child's schedule in high school. what to prepare them for in their 9th, their 10th, their 11th, and 12th grade year. Don't wait till you're a senior and go, now I'm gonna get my 3.0 and now I'm gonna do this. No, don't do now. Start early. Prep these kids. Start calling these colleges and get them a mentor at the school that helps and grooms them, because we can't wait till the last minute. Like Sierra said, you can't wait till the last minute to get your health in order because the doctor said you too far gone. And you cannot wait until your child is about to graduate to start pushing for college prep courses or pushing for that 3.0 GPA. So next week, I want them to come on. We're going to talk about HBCUs. We're going to talk about college courses. We're going to talk about what we can do to make sure that we are watching our children do the things we want them to do, if that's where they want to go. If they want to do trades, if they want to do something different, great. No hits to Aries, because I love the accomplishments he made, but not every child is going to be a basketball or a football or a track star.
And I'm glad you said that, Chris, because that's one thing. One of my partners we talk about as far as the nonprofit, especially for the Black community, the Black and brown community. Sports cannot be the end game for us. That's a big thing in our community. Sports cannot be the end game because it's not for life. It's not for life. You know what I'm saying? You got to have it's so much other stuff that you can do where you're still attached and involved with sports. And those are the things that we need to be pushing and encouraging our kids to look into, as well as with the athletics. Now, if athletics is an opportunity to accelerate yourself, to put yourself in a position to be better off, but hey, why not be the owner of the team if you're allowed to slip in there? You know what I mean? Because you think about what you're making and what you're being paid. Think about the guy that's paying you.
Right.
He's not only paying LeBron, he's paying the whole team. Think about what his bag looks like. And those are the type of conversations we need to have with our young athletes.
We do. My son, my middle child, my son is not the athlete. He doesn't want to play football. He doesn't want to do this, but my son at 6 years old was able to take an HDMI cable and make 2 screens move and connect to his stuff at the same time. My child was in his room during the quarantine and hooking his laptop up to his computer so he could to the TV so that he could see his screen bigger. My son was doing stuff with coding and SQL and Sketch when he was 8 and 7 years old, like it was nothing. I embrace. I make it jokes in here. We geek squad around here. His mama's an IT manager. It's what we do. Right. But I don't emphasize, if you want a sport, do it. I like the camaraderie and the team effort of it, but I'm not building him to be, the next NFL football player, or I'm not asking him to be a superstar track athlete. If you want to go in here and build a computer system that we work off of to do this podcast, do it, baby. I support it. But we need to support more of that, and we need to push where they want to go, whether they want to go to USC, State, FAM, wherever. And these free rides, we keep talking about scholarships. You can't pick a scholarship on a 12th grade year. That stuff is built up. So I am pushing next week for these Black educators to educate the Black and brown community on what we need to do, because we didn't have parents that sat around with us and helped us with homework all day, but we are now doing for our children what wasn't done for us. And now we have to do for these kids what these guidance counselors ain't never did for us. But we don't know if we don't learn. So next week, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn today.
Absolutely.
Yes. Commenters, we will give and do a giveaway as well. School supplies. I don't mind taking my own money to make people view. If I know when you walk away, we've educated you. So tell your friends, tell your family. If you need something for your kids, top commenters, we will be making sure that they have their school supplies, because we are going to push Black education.
Absolutely. And the thing is when you know better, you do better. So we're in a position now that our parents were not necessarily in, at least mine. So now we know what it takes to get to the next level, whether it be academics, athletics, whatever it is. It's time for us to share our expertise and spread it to the next generation so that they're in a better position than we were coming up. So again, this has been a phenomenal conversation, phenomenal dialogue. Sierra, I appreciate you. We'll be linking up for Apple Watch soon. Aries, I'm sure we'll be celebrating another Clemson national. We'll be celebrating another Clemson national championship in February, so it's all good. And make sure you thank the future Mrs. Curry for her expertise as well. So that was great information. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
She was
Great.
Chris,
absolutely dope. We are excited.
Thank you guys for having
Congratulations
us.
to you and your whole
definitely.
Sierra. We can't congratulate you on getting married because you rocking on the anniversary.
You already did.
ride. But congratulations.
Yeah,
to
I'm
you
5
and
years.
on your upcoming nuptials. Go on, girl.
Absolutely. Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. For the audience, make sure you watch next week. Make sure you watch. Make sure you bring your kids to watch. It's going to be extremely informative. But again, this has been great. And until next time, holla.
Peace out.
Sierra, I'll get with you.